everybody. This is Becky here at X Creations. Long time no see. We've had a lot going on, and I'll get to that in a little bit. I'm just going to do a little bit of chatting today and sharing some projects that I've been doing, on my own. I'm on 10 minutes early, so I'm going to wait a few minutes till some more folks to get in here, and then I'll start sharing stuff. So welcome to everybody that's here. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Sana. Just saying hello to folks as they come in. Hi, Ann. I'm going to show these little baskets, but they're not my idea. They are Kate's from the last Homely House. And after this live, I'll put a link to her video where she shows how to make these, because she has some wonderful ideas that I didn't use. I did my own thing once I got the basics together. So I'm going to show you all my baskets, and I'll show you how to draw up a pattern. But then I want you to go back and watch Kate's video later and see all the stuff she did, because she had some really adorable ideas on how to decorate your baskets. Goodness. Hello, everybody. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Laura. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Nashwa. Hi, Janet. Hi, Holly. Hi, Chris. So I'm going to show you my baskets first. I've got stuff in them, so bear with me, and I'll empty out some of them here. That's another thing we're going to talk about. Actually, I don't have to empty them out, and I'll share that in a minute. So the instructions Kate give you a chance to make a basket this big. And it is 5 by 5 by, it's supposed to be 5 by 5 by 4.5, I think. But you can make them any size that you want or need to do. You know, it depends on the fabric you're using. I used a pair of Scott's old jeans that had completely disintegrated. Hi, Cheryl. So these are all Scott's jeans and some of my fabric from my quilting cotton fabric. This is kind of a turquoise. And each side I decorated a little different. This one's got a gold there and a yo-yo butterfly, which I have the little thing to make those. And then this side is just some more trims. And then this is one of those silky rose-like hearts that you get at the Dollar Tree. And I just stitched it on real careful. This one I'm using for, they call it cabbage in the costuming world. It's just your leftover bits from sewing. And then this was a trim I got from Michael's, and and by the way, I did all of these by hand sewing. I didn't use my machine at all on these. I stitched this all by hand. And getting through these seams like this, that was a bugger and a half. So every side's got something different. And then on the top edge, I just folded a piece of trim over the edge and then did a running stitch through all the layers. Oh, and you also do the bottom. So the bottom's got something on all of them too. And nothing has to be perfect, because these are just, these were going to go in the trash or be cut up for patches anyway. And then when I saw Kate making these baskets, I said, I've got trims and stuff, and that is so much fun. So I did 2 like that. This one, I had originally folded this green over, but it didn't match my other baskets. So I went back and I added this trim that I came across the other day. So this side has a little crochet doily and then a great big pin that says love on it. And then this side, I put a little loop. So if I needed to clip something on it, I could just clip it with a clothespin. And then the green felt stuff, I think, was a Christmas ribbon at Michael's. And then this side, I used a piece of salvage with some folks' names and the name of a design. It says Florenza. Copyright Nancy J. Smith and Linda S. Milligan. And then I had just this little piece of trim left here, so I just put it up to the top there. And this is a little metal kitty cat. And then this heart came from the third basket, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I just put some random bits of fabric layered up, put the denim heart on and that. And then this one, I have the side seam, it runs down the side. So this whole side, I didn't think about it. You don't want to put that side, this thick stuff on the edges where you have to hand sew them together, because I had to shove it and use pliers and everything. And then the inside has this fabric on it. And then on the bottom of this one, I did that. And like I said, you just cut a random square or just snip your fabric and rip it, and it'll make a square. I'll show you that in a little bit too. So there's those two. This is the two that are the same size as Kate's. And then I've been making pattern weights. And this is for if you're going to cut out knit fabrics. You should never put pins through knits when you're, laying your pattern out and stuff. And everybody I've seen people use, they have metal pattern weights, but then there's some folks just use great big metal washers. Well, I didn't want to go to any expense or rob from Scott. So I said, I'm going to look online, and I haven't found instructions on how to make these. And they're super easy. They're filled with rice, which is inexpensive. And I just made a bunch of those. So I've got a bunch of these, right? So I need a basket to hold them. Hence the fourth basket. And now this one I made bigger. So I made bigger, and then I made pockets, and see, I did heart cutouts and put a kitty cat behind there, stitched that in place, and then I lined the whole pocket so I can put stuff in there and it won't catch on the little piece of fabric that's got the kitty cat face on it. And the kitty cat is stitched in around the heart, and then this fabric here is stitched in around the edges, the top edge and everything. So I got a little kitty cat peeks out on that side, and a little kitty cat peeks out on this side, and two pockets where I can, just stash something. This one here, I was going to make even bigger, and then I changed my mind, and I cut away so that it was smaller. And I had already done this patch here. So I just made the basket to a size that would manage the remaining piece. So this goes down the side, across the bottom, and up this other side. And then it's lined with that fabric. But I need to make some more paperweights. Well, they are paperweights, but they're really for patterns. But I was saying you should never do a bunch of pins in knits, because sometimes when you put a hole with a pin through a knit, it'll leave a hole that could possibly run later. So it's important to use pattern weights instead of pins. So I'm trying to get into learning how to sew knits. So I said, I'm just going to make myself some pattern weights. So that's what I did there. So these are baskets I learned to make from Kate at the Last Homely House. She is in Northern England. Yes, and this one's for like scraps of fabric, and this is for just miscellaneous little pieces of trim. And then here's one of those yo-yo butterflies that I make with the little thing from, I think it's Clover makes them. I told Gina I would make her some butterflies because she got rid of all of her yo-yo makers. She used to have them all, and got rid of them, and now you can't buy them anymore unless you can find them on eBay at an exorbitant amount. But I got the butterfly one at Tuesday morning. What's Tanya? Which size, Tanya? The small ones or the little bit bigger one? I did these all by hand. No machine sewing at all. I sewed it all by hand. When I was first starting, I've kept just stabbing myself and stabbing myself. So 2 of each. Let me see how much, what kind of fabric? Do you want denim? I think I have another pair of jeans. I don't know if I'll do yours by hand, Tanya. I might use yours by machine because these took days to make. And I would have to find some way, to speed it up so that I'm not spending as much time, so I won't have to charge you like an exorbitant amount for my time, you know? So that's what everybody doesn't understand about your time. When you're hand sewing, that's a lot. That's why one of those gowns that's just spectacular costs so much money, because a lot of it's done by hand, all that hand beading and stuff. So maybe we'll message each other, Tanya. So I'll get back to you with you on that later. Is that okay? Okay. Here's my email again. Oh, it didn't type it in. Where do what? Okay. So before I start, I'm going to show how to draw up a pattern for this, for a basic one. And you can get more ideas from Kate. And then if you can't understand my instructions on how to draw up the pattern, you can check with Kate. I'm going to put her link to this tutorial in the description box after this. There's nothing in between, Janet. It's denim and then the fabric. That's all there is. There's no interfacing. If you are going to use like 2 layers of a quilter's cotton, you can do that, but I would use like Shirt Tailor or Deco. I can't remember I used to know all the names of the interfacing because I worked at Joann's, but not a super heavy one. I like the Shirt Tailor. It's made to go in collars, and I think it would give you enough sturdiness. So I can make these out of just 2 layers of real pretty cotton, which I have a huge stash of cotton under the bed in there. So I could make some. In fact, I could make some and show it next week, Wednesday. I'll plan to come on again next Wednesday, and I'll do one up on the machine and get with you on that, how it works up. I really love Shirt Tailor. I use the Shirt Tailor weight interfacing. It's iron on, and it's not super thick, but it's kind of stiff, and I use it all the time in tote bags and that kind of stuff. So in fact, I bought a whole bolt. Oh, Janet, they're so easy. I'm going to show you how to draw up the pattern for the smaller basket. And all you have to do, I'll show you in a minute. It's so easy to change it to a larger basket. Okay, so I'm going to show you this now. Let me get another piece of paper. You could use any kind of paper that you want. So what I'm going to do is, this is about probably 16 inches by 12 inches. So let's say we want to make a basket that's 4 inches square and 4 inches tall. You will start with a 4-inch square dead center of your paper. So to find the center of your paper, just fold it in half. And then open it and fold it in half again, or as close to half as you can get. This is, I'm trying to line up my lines. Just line up your first fold so they're together. Yeah. All I'm doing this for is to find my center. Okay? No math required to do that part. Let's see. We want something nice and bright that you guys will probably be able to see. I think this pink would probably do. All right, so we've got the center. The first thing we need to do is to draw a 4-inch square that's dead center. So you've got half of a 4-inch square on this side of the fold and half on this side of the fold. So what we're going to do is half of 4 is 2 inches, right? I don't know anybody in 984 or 985. All right, so put a little mark at your 2 inches here and a little mark at 2 inches over here, and do the same down here. Or you could just put your 2-inch right on the fold. All right. It doesn't matter if you go past where you need to. Oh, you know what's bad about this pen is it's bleeding. And then after you make your lines, verify that it didn't bleed out and mess me up. 4 and 4. Okay, then we're going to turn the whole thing 90 degrees and do the same thing. Line your 2-inch up with the fold going this way. Make a little mark here and a little mark here, and then do the same down here. Line the 2 up right in the middle and do at 4 and at 0. I might have to switch pens because this thing's bleeding out really bad. I just wanted to have something that you guys could see. All right, this is going to make a real small basket. So if you want to make it exactly the size that I had made, the little 5 by 5 by 5, you would just add a 1/2 inch on each side. I'm just making a real small one right now. This one's a smaller basket. Or you could make it even bigger and do 3 inches each side of the fold. So you'd have a 6 by 6. I'm dealing with the size of paper I have here as well. So now what you do is just do that again, but farther up here. Okay. So line your 2 up there, make a little mark here, a little mark there. Just continue that out. All right. And you do that on every side. So turn it and do it. And we'll figure out the stop point on these sides. You probably figured out what you're going to do anyway. Give me a second to finish these marks, and then I'll look at chat real quick and see if anybody's questioning things. I was going to put my my white Quilter Star sewing machine back into storage back at the house, but then I remembered that I can still do buttonholes with it, so I'm going to keep it where I can get to. So let me stop for a minute before I show you what we're going to do next. I'm making a little basket, Mary. Hang on. Like this. Little storage baskets. This is made out of a pair of Scott's old jeans. So I've got two this size, and then I made a bigger one here with kitty cats peeking. And this is a pocket. And this is for my pattern weights I'm making. So, let's see. Was there any questions? Hi, Peg. Okay, let's see. Let me roll back up here. They are so easy to make, and you do not have to sew them by hand like my crazy self did. You can use your sewing machine. But if you don't have a sewing machine, you can sew them like by hand and be crazy like me. All right. You can make them out of like I used Scott's old jeans. If you've got any kind of heavier weight fabric laying around, any type canvas, it might be fun to do it out of a drop cloth, but I would sew the basket together and then paint it, because it would be hard to sew through all that paint. I mean, it can be done if you're doing it by hand, but your hands will be tired. Okay, so now you're looking at this going, what on earth? So now we've got to determine the size. Remember, the bottom was a 4-inch square. Well, I want the size to be 4 inches square too. So now on each of these sides where I drew a line out, like here and here and here, you're going to take your ruler and make a line at 4 inches. Look at there, I stopped right at 4 on that one. And then do it here. And then draw a line across. And then turn and do the same thing. I just extend my line to the 4 so I don't have to have a crooked line there. And because the edges are sewn so they're out, kind of raw and rugged looking, you don't have to worry about making room for seams or any of that. I'll show you what I mean. The seams are right here. They're not inside. They're just right there where I sewed them. So you can see them. So these look pretty rustic, but they're so stinking cute. I just love doing these. All right, so this is your pattern. So just cut on the lines, and you'll end up with one like this. This is the one for the one that I made, the 5-inch basket. So I'm going to cut this out real quick. And I can look at chat and see what you guys are talking about. Oh, Peg, I feel for you. My brother was supposed to come your way last week, but he had a problem with his truck. He delivers fuel to generators as part of Homeland Security, but they've now sent him to Louisiana, and they told him to expect to be there a very long time. So keep him in your thoughts. He's going into a very dangerous situation from the sounds of it. So I hope everybody will be kind to him. He's there trying to help. But we all know some people's just crazy right now. He's just trying to do his job. Uh-oh. So you can change your measurements. Now, if you wanted your basket to be deeper, you would just extend these. So it would be this big around, but then it would be taller. I would not go really, really wide, taller, a lot taller than it is this way, simply because you would have to reach way into it. And this is a small little basket. Thank you. Yep. All right. This has been some kind of year, hasn't it? I just hope we all survive to get out of it at the end. For anybody that does not know, Scott was told on Tuesday that his job has ended and he has work until October 16th. And then he has severance package until March. So we'll be good till March. And he can get benefits from the VA. So we just need to worry about how I'm going to manage my health. So we'll see how we manage that. We've survived job loss before, and as long as we're together, that's all that matters. Yeah, Janet, if you want a rectangular box, just start with a rectangle in the middle and then just bring your sides up as high as you want. So like this one for the pattern weights is basically a rectangle that I just brought the sides up. So it's so much this way, but because this one's not perfect because I just randomly cut squares out. So one side is a little narrower, but you know what? I kind of like it. So you just start with a rectangle and then bring your sides out to whatever height you want. And you'll be fine. I know you, Janet. You'll figure it out. So that's your pattern. And what you do is you cut one from your outside fabric and one from one from outside, one for inside. If you want to add pockets, I just randomly cut squares. Like I saved the squares I cut out from right here and use those to make the pockets on that basket. I did line the pockets, and what I did is I sewed the denim and the fabric right sides together, and then I turned them right side out and stitched them on there. I'm trying to remember how exactly I did it. I think what I did is I sewed up and around and I turned it right side out, and then I tucked the seam part in at the bottom and just kind of pressed it up in there. I put the kitty cat cutouts in first. Then I sewed this lining bit to it and turned it, right sides together, turn it wrong side, and then you end up with this. And this is all just hand stitched on, so I better not pull on it too much. Yeah. You could, like I said, Kate has a lot of really cute ideas on her video on this. And I love Kate. I could sit and listen to her all day. So I want y'all to go and sub Kate. But after you've cut your two pieces, before you start constructing the basket, that's when you add all of your extra bits, like your lace and your stuff. So you would put a square of fabric with some trim on the bottom, like I did on this one. See? You decorate the bottom too. And then you do each side around. And after you get a little something on every single side, then you put your outside denim piece back to back with this piece, and then you just base all the layers together. So say you have the two layers here, then you would just baste stitch all the way around here, all the way, just to hold the two layers together. Once you get the 2 layers together, then you just start putting your basket together. You bring your sides like this, and you stitch up that side, and then you turn and you stitch up this side, and then you turn and you stitch up that side, and then that side, and then this all comes together to make this. Does that make sense? Janet, hi Josie, hi Kendra, hi Kathy, hi Gertie. Goodness, y'all slipped in on me when I was running my mouth. Yes, the last homely house, her name is Kate. And I'll put a link in the description box to Kate's tutorial on this basket. She did the cutest little, I want y'all to watch it, but I'll tell you, it's just, she made a grid and then she divided it up and put different things in each little thing. It was so stinking cute. I want to do that, but I have brown netting, but it really needs to be something not so dark. So that was one thing I wanted to show you guys. I'm not going to show the construction of it because I figure you can go and watch Kate's tutorial because it's very good. But after you learn how to the process of putting it together, you can go crazy with your trims on the sides. And if you guys make some of these little baskets, I would love to see them in Phibbsville. All right, so there's that. I have not done a whole lot more on the corner to corner Afghan that I'm working on. So I'm going to save that for next week. But I went to the storage unit several weeks ago and I got 3 balls more of, what they call it, something in cream. Lily sugar and cream, I think it is. Or what's the other one? There's another cotton. Hi, Linda. But I went and I didn't buy it. I have a whole tub, a 25-gallon tub of this stuff. So I said, I'm just going to get 3 balls and see if I can use them up. And then when I go to the storage unit again, I'll get 3 more balls until I've worked my way through that tub. So you remember, I had shown you guys these. Do y'all remember these in my video? Well, I had that scrap and then I got that other ball. So I started with the scrap I had from these. And then I added this variegated. And then I made this many more of the variegated. And then I switched to another variegated. So I have these. And then the last variegated. So I've used all 3 balls. But these are they're supposed to be dishcloths to wash your dishes, but you could use them for face cloths. You could use them to put down to protect your table if you had a hot bowl or something. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. She used to be the last homely house east of the sea, but she decided to shorten it so it wouldn't be such a mouthful, she said. Kate is awesome, you guys, and she's been real sick, and we've all been telling her how worried we were about, having her missing, and she said for us not to worry, but those of us that watch her and love her, it's hard, and I know you guys have been missing me too, and I'll try to do better, but I felt something was about to happen all last month, and I just didn't. It was like I was waiting for a shoe to fall. And now that it's fallen and we know exactly what's going on, we're both kind of relieved. So we will survive the layoff. We've done it before. And luckily we have a house that's paid for and we have somewhere to go, My mother-in-law is ecstatic to have us back. So, and I told Scott at site, it might be just for us to take care of her. I mean, she's 93. She still drives. She still gets along just fine. And I showed her a picture of these and she's like, those are too pretty to use on the dishes. You can't use those on the dishes. I said, I'm going to have to sell them at this rate because I'm going to have dishcloths to the wazoo. So I was thinking packages of 3 of these, like 3. I would wash these to remove any cat hair or anything and then package them away from the cats. But I was thinking of selling 3 of these for like $10. So, yeah. And I would probably keep the quirky, crazy ones for myself, the ones that I make with the leftover bits. So that's what I crocheted last month. Josie, you probably could, like I could join 2 there. It would be, I don't know. I would have to try it and see, because you would have to line up 2 and 2. I would have to make another little motif to go in between, I think. It would be a really heavy blanket. These are that thick cotton. Yeah, 2 together. I've done that before, where you put the 2 together and then stitch them around. It does make a nice hot pad to protect a table. Janet said she'd buy a bag. She's not afraid to use them in the kitchen. I'll get with you, Janet. All right, so I made those all last week. A friend that was in my crafting group down in the Columbia, South Carolina area, she posted help last night for a headband pattern. And so I said, give me a second. And I looked at the pattern and I made a headband. The yarn I used is too stretchy. So I made this, see, I made it 16 inches long, but it stretched out so much. I mean, it works, but I think I could have stopped at, instead of 16 inches, I probably could have stopped at 12 and still see how it stretches. This yarn is just too stretchy for headbands. I bought this to make some baby sweaters. But I figured the pattern out. It was like the girl, when she got to row 3, she forgot she was writing a pattern. So she said, chain 1, turn, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. But she didn't tell us where to put these single crochets. So I figured that out, and I rewrote line 3 so that Deanna could figure it out. And she said she was going to try it today after she got off work. So I'm hoping she figured it out. Well, I'll do some packaging up on this stuff, and I will get with you guys that are interested in the dishcloths. And like I said, if there's not a color here that you like, tell me what colors you have in your kitchen. Email me at the playsandsoil1@gmail.com and tell me what color, and I'll see. I'm telling you, I have just about every color in the rainbow in the storage unit that I've got to get used up, and it needs to be gone. So now the other thing was to make the pattern. I might use this to make the pattern weights. You get a rectangle of fabric that is 8 inches by 4 inches. And all I do is I do this. That's pretty close to 8. So I just do a little cut and then tear. I don't cut with scissors when it's to make rectangles or anything like that. All right. So that's 8 inches long. And so I just take my scissors and go at 4 and tear. Because when you're tearing, the fabric immediately goes along the thread that goes in that direction. This one might be a little longer. I need to put that in my scrap bucket. So what I'll do, straighten this up, come down here and see if I can do this with this little piece. So that's a 4x8 now. Let's see if this one's close enough. I think it'll do. It's actually off a little too. But save the little bits because you can use them in another project. There we go. 4x8, 4x8. This one's a little wonky too. Let's see, 4x8. Well, this one we're going to go with it because these are just pattern weights. And then you just fold them in half and stitch down 2 sides. And I'm not going to do these right now because the serger's on the other side of the room. But you would sew or serge down the 2 sides here. So you would end up with something that looks like this. So I've serged down 2 sides. And then you have an opening at the top. You just turn it right side out. This might not interest a lot of you, but anybody that's sewing, that's thinking about trying knits and wants their own pattern weights without, spending a load of money, this is a way to do it. So I've made, I'm going to keep these aside because I am going to make them into them. But now I've got these little pouches, but you know what? You can make little pouches like this, put some goodies in it, just pull it up, wrap a ribbon around it, and send it to a friend too. They make cute little treat bags. This is old stale rice that I took down for Greg to use, and he hasn't used it in over 4 years. So I figure I'll use this instead of buying nice fresh rice. And I do it over the container because I know me. You could do these up for a wedding and have them for the rice or the bird seed. And they'd be cute. You could put a little drawstring at the top. And the girl's instructions that she didn't show you how far to pack them, but I want to leave mine just a little bit looser. And then what I do, once I get about that much rice in it, I don't mind if it's a little saggy baggy. I'm going to turn under about 1/4 inch. But what you need to do is you got to match. Here's a seam and here's a seam. I'm going to put my threads down inside. You want to fold it under the 1/4 inch on both sides here. And you're going to bring the 2 seams together. Right. Got my little hedgehog here that we made together a while ago. I'm going to put a pin in there. So there's a 1/4 inch folded over on each side here. Whoops, don't fall over and dump rice everywhere. Just be careful and take your time, work at it. You'll get the 1/4 inch folded over. And we'll put a pin in it. And then you're just gonna hand sew just real close together all the way around here, because keep in mind, you're trying to keep the rice on the inside. So let me get one I've already sewn. These I didn't fill as much as this one, but that's okay. This is where I sewed it together. You can kind of see some of the stitches here and there. And what I was going to say is the girl that I found her tutorial, she also, I guess, for a place to pick them up, but see, I was just thinking I'd just pick it up from the corner of it and fling it, but she had a little loop of a ribbon that you could sew inside one of the side seams if you wanted to. I didn't bother with that. She said it was optional, so it's optional. So that's how you make these little pattern weights. It's super easy, and I just think they're cute, and I'm going to enjoy using them because having to use pins, sorry, I've got really bad hiccups all of a sudden. That many pins is not good for knits anyway. So let's see. Hi, Norma. How are you? If I missed anybody, hi, Candy. I'm sorry if I missed anybody coming in, but that's what I've been doing. I've been making things to like get back into sewing. I've got patterns cut out for a couple knit blouses, but I need ballpoint needles. I'm going to go to the storage unit. Long time ago, Scott bought me every size hand sewing needle, sewing machine needle that I could ever want. And I put them in storage. So of course I can't find them when I need them. And I've pulled the serger out. I've had that thing since 2004, and I've never really used it all that much. So it's going to go to work. I guess you could do this on the machine, but it wouldn't be as cute and nice a finish as hand sewing this open. I mean, you could machine stitch along there, I guess, if you were careful. I don't mind hand stitching myself. So there's that. And I will stitch those up. I thought it would be nice to have some purple ones to go with the orange ones that are already in the basket. So that's some things I was going to share. Gina made the little hedgehog. I sent her the link to the pattern, and she made the hedgehog with her folks a couple days ago. And then Sneaky Mary, I got a package from the Rusty Peacock, Rosemary Morris, and it says, Becky, this is a gift from Mary. And I was like, what on earth has she done? And she sent me one of Rosemary's kits. And I've got me a basket. This is the basket I got for $1 at Dollar General. And then I went to another Dollar General and I found they had one of these in this color because I thought how nice it would be to put projects in these little baskets. For each project, have a basket for $1. Well, this other Dollar General charged me full price. So I guess it just depends on the particular store. So I thought I'd get this basket out and pull this stuff out and put it in the basket where I could start working on it. I haven't watched Rosemary's video yet, and I will reuse the plastic bag. I'll put it in my bag drawer over there. Oh, that's cute. It's got patchwork on the back, and then little, are these button cards? Yeah, button cards. Isn't that cute? There's a couple of those. And so this is a sewing themed journal. I'm going to put the note in there so I'll remember too. We'll open that in a minute. That's cute. I'm going to have to watch Rosemary's video. I love this fabric that looks like measuring tape. Isn't that cool? Hi, Kimberly 557. Kendra, honey, we'll be learning together. Like I said, I have not used my serger much. I've got a book I printed off years ago that's called the Serger book. And it was a PDF download that you could print off. So I did that. I have that over there. I need to sit down with it, but with everything that's going on and coming up, I'm going to be trying to go through the stuff in the storage unit and purge a bunch of stuff. I was talking in Mary's chat this morning about doing medium flat rate boxes. I don't know if you guys want to see what I put in the flat rate boxes, and I would be shipping USA only. I'm sorry, gals overseas. It's just, it would cost you so much to get a box because I would have to charge the overseas shipping. That's the bad thing. But for USA, I would just do maybe a mystery box of just random stuff. Would that be okay? And I would just sell them for $25 a piece USA. If you want to see what goes into some of them, I mean, I could do videos and then y'all could just email me which one. Yes, Mary said she would get a box, she said. And I think a couple other girls said yes, yes, yes. So mystery boxes would be okay. I could just maybe just take a picture of the box and then the stuff next to it and stick it in Fibsville. I'd make a photo album of mystery boxes and maybe just or maybe just take like Gina did one time, is she just filled the box up and then just took a picture from above. Oh, write you down. You guys are going by so fast. Hang on. All right. Mystery boxes, medium, $25. And that would include the shipping. So, it's like $14. So the rest of it would be, just a little something for me. So I know Mary's on here. And Janet. And Holly. Linda. I better write Linda's last name too because we have a lot of Lindas. It's going to take me a little bit, Cheryl, to pull everything together because like I said, I want to go through the stuff at storage. You guys, the dog needs to go out. This is awkward. Hang on. If I don't take her right away, she's old and she doesn't wait. Hang on. I'm sorry. One moment, and then I'll get names when I get back. That's a good girl. Good girl. Come here. Do you want to get in your crate and eat your lunch? Why do you like to eat inside? Go ahead. I'm going to leave the door so you can get out if you want to, okay? All right. Sorry, guys. She's old and she's... Oh, my goodness. And of course, now Tippy's home. He wants in. I'm trying to write names down. Just a minute, Tippy. We're thinking of a way to contain these 3 cats down at the house, because if they get out down there, there's a man down there that's just mean, and the city's been ticketing people. Okay, Chris, gotcha. Okay. Is that everybody? Okay, I think I got everybody. I think. So the arrow keeps going. Hang on. Hi, Gail. Yeah, I've had a little bit of upheaval in our life. Let me see. I got Linda H. I got Janet. I got Mary. I got Ann Lar. Kathy's on here. Kendra, Janice, Chris, Cheryl. Oh, I got there's Cheryl. And Tanya W. and Candy. Okay. All right. So I'll let you guys know when I get the boxes put together. And this one's called the what, Mary? The she shows adorable dress form tags. All right, I'm going to go and look that up. But I want to finish going through this now. And if anybody else is interested in the medium boxes, let me know. These are cute. I have something similar, but the stitch is actually a little different. So those are cute as they can be. This is in a kit from Rosemary Morris that Mary surprised me with. Oh, and Gail. I just had that pen. All right, so it's $25 USA. If it's overseas, it would be so much more. That is cool. That is cool. It's slow stitched through. That's neat. So I'm assuming she made a pages with this is a piece of what do they call the quilts that they people buy and make like teddy bears and stuff? They call them something. I can't remember what they want. We have that back porch. And I told Scott, I said, we could actually turn it into a room, just enclose the metal frame and then put siding and windows on it and just have it be a room, because it really gets too hot when we'd want to sit out there in the evenings. So we were thinking we'd just make it a room, but it wouldn't be heated or cooled, but it would be fine for the cats to stay in. So I'm trying to talk him into enclosing it. Oh, they call these quilts something, but I can't remember what they are. Cantha quilts. Cantha. But we're going to do something to make sure they're safe. Speaking of kitties, there's one at the door. Hang on. Sorry, Tip. Oh, it's Mama, honey. Why'd you jump so? Why'd you jump so? You want your food? Now you go lay down. Leave the cat alone. Go on. I'll put you in your crate if you don't lay down and be good. That's a good girl. Oh, your door on your crate just went shut all by itself. You look so puzzled. I love how Cocker Spaniels cock their head. It just trips me out. Every time she does that, it's like, huh? What was that? I've got a whole board, Holly, on catios on my Pinterest page under my cats. So I'm thinking this would be pages. That one would be kind of short. But I guess it doesn't matter, does it? That's pretty. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that one. I'd want that on the cover. Oh, that's pretty too. I'm looking for one that's kind of plain. Bernadette, lay down, honey. See, that would be pretty. Some of it would be at the back. I think I'll have to iron these before I start on them so they're nice and crisp and flat. This looks like part of a pillowcase. Those are pretty. Put these in my basket. Bernadette, quit being sneaky. Come over here. I know you're being sneaky. Not allowed. Leave the kitty alone. Let him eat. Move. Thank you, dear. All right. You want your food back out where you can get to it since your door will not say open for some reason? Here you go. Okay. Sorry for the pet interruptions. That's life. There's a dress form pattern at the bottom. Oh, that's cool. That's like a napkin or a tablecloth. Oh, that's pretty. Trimming details for the quality look. Oh, they're doing bias tubings. Okay. Oh, there it is. Sewing spools. I'll have to watch her video. There they are. Dress form with the little, that almost looks like a little dress. Those are cool. Oh, isn't that old pattern cool? The Raphael dress. That huge piece right there is a sleeve. Oh my word, that is a ton of fabric. Wow. Hello, Tip. Come on up, buddy. Handmade scissors. I was just getting ready to dump out all the little bits that were in this kit. You're just in time. I will have to watch the video. I'll do that when I sign off. Let's see. Some little I just bought a pair of these. Snips. That's what those are called. And then got some of these little clips because I saw Gina was using them, and I thought how cool these would be to hold bias tape or quilt binding when I'm trying to do the hand stitching, so I wouldn't have pins in the way. And then there's some floss here. I have a little white kitty cat in my way. I can't see what I'm doing. And this is why I have to wash everything before I can send it out, the things I've made. Oh, this is neat. She put all the good, okay, there's some ribbon ends to put on the end of ribbons. That's good. And I didn't dump anything. This is good because he's wanting to be in the way. So there's a ring base. You could attach a little gem there. And there's some of those laundry pins, a pair of scissors. Somewhere I have all my little reward scissors from when I worked at Joann's. Every time I did outstanding customer service, the manager would give us safety pin, little, they're like tie tack, but they were a pair of scissors. I had a bunch of them. I don't know if I kept them or not. I was pretty disgusted when I left there. There's a sewing machine, a regular, oh, nope, that's not a regular sewing pin. I mean, a safety pin. It doesn't have the loop on the back. Those are the best kind because then you can make those little beaded charms where you put beads on other safety pins and then you line them up to make a real pretty pin. I'm glad they can't smell your breath. A bunch of those little, they call them, some people say light bulb pins, but those are actually called laundry pins. So they can put your name back on your laundry. So there's that. And then I guess this is to make some clothes for. I'm going to have to watch her video. And then she's got some odds and end bits here. And Gina was talking about how fun it would be to just send each other occasionally a little bag of scraps. So you'd have somebody else's scraps to play with. And I like that idea. Especially since I'm getting back in sewing, I'll probably have a lot of scraps. Oh, I love this polka dot. I love to look at polka dot things, but as far as me wearing polka dots, I don't do that. It's going to be a pin cushion ring. Oh, I need to watch Rosemary's videos. Pink lace. And then Mary said, toward the end, they talk about Japanese sashiko embroidery. It was interesting stream. Sashiko. Okay. That's good to know. Hi, Barb. I will have to watch. Julie says she's never been able to find the pins without the circle. I found them. Where did I find them? I think it was at Walmart when I still shop there. I don't shop there anymore. But I think Joann's carries them. I know Michael's was carrying them, but they were in a weird place. They were in jewelry making with the findings for jewelry making. Don't ask me if that's where they were. So we've got all kinds of fun little pieces of ribbon. And you wouldn't think that this would be cool, but it is because this is somebody else's little bits of trim. Something different than what's in mine. In fact, I could add to those boxes, just if you guys are interested, I could just add like little clips of some of the trims I have, because I've got some that are from India and stuff. If you guys would be interested in that, you know, I think a lot of you would be. Just little pieces like this that you could add to something. Oh, I love the fleur-de-lis. There's a piece of netting. And that's like what Kate used on her basket. And then she divided it up into different things. She would sew She sewed down the sides and across the bottom and up the side, and then she did a grid, and she would she did the lines this way all the way across, and then she'd fill stuff up, and then she'd sew across that pot side of that basket, and then maybe this would be 3 more little places, and she would put things in there. And that's why I think you should go watch her video, because she put some interesting things inside that little pocket. Oh, isn't that pretty? Again, polka dots, I love seeing them, and I love seeing other people wear them, but I just don't do it myself. Mary's getting called a whippersnapper. Oh, yay, trims. Okay. Well, I can do that. More polka dots. I like that. Minnie Mouse. Oh, love that. That's pretty. Now, Tippy's having a temper tantrum because I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to y'all. You done, buddy? Oh, no, you just going to sit there? Now, that would be a nice base to build a cluster on, but I will have to watch Rosemary's video. And I'm going to put these all back in their little bags so the cats don't run off with them. That one's hard to tell which one's the right side, so I guess it doesn't matter. So that's cool. So let's see, what else did I want to talk about? I don't really have any projects planned. Let me put these on top of it so that that bag doesn't blow away. And as with any live, I'm making a huge mess. So let me see what you guys... And Janet, just put the link up for Rosemary's sewing kit video. Anything boho. Cool. I thought the quilting pins had a bend in them, at least the ones I have. They have a little... Instead of being like an oval shape, they got a dip in them so that they can go down and back up easy. But yeah, I can't remember. I think they're called loopless or something like that. I threw the packaging away for mine. Oh, messy collage fingers for Kathy. And oh, I got a postcard too came in since I've been on here. Hang on, let me see. From Journey, she made me a postcard. I thought it was really pretty. It says "Simply Blessed" on it. It's very pretty. So that'll have to go in my book. And my book's gotten so fat, I don't know if I can get anything else in it. This is the one that, is it Sherry? I hear a phone ringing. Did Scott leave his phone here? I'm not going to answer it because it's Scott's sister and she'll keep me on the phone. I posted to the Macaulay family board about Scott's situation with his job going away. So she's trying to reach him. She'll call my phone next. You watch. That's all right. I'm not going to answer that one either. She never answers our phone calls, so y'all don't think I'm being mean. So let's put, see if I can find some place to put Kathy's postcard. I'll have to pull out one of those other books and start a new book. could probably, that one I made into a pocket so I could put other things behind it. It would go real pretty on that page. I wish it was wide enough that these could just go in. That would be real pretty on that page though. Maybe just clip it. Maybe just a paper clip. The thing I don't like about paper clips is they dig in and ruin stuff. Maybe I'll just make a pocket. That's what I'll do. I'll make a pocket and put it here. I'm reaching for my scraps. You know, the first thing people say is, what happened? Like Scott did something, and it's like, no, his job just went away. They decided to move everything back to Arizona, and we don't have any interest in moving there. So I don't mind that this has yellow spots on it because there's yellow in that picture. So let me just cut this. I have a ruler already, Becky. Okay. So the page is 5 inches. So I want my finished size to be 4.5. So I'm going to cut these at 5.5 inches wide. And then I only want it to go up. I don't want it to go up that high. I'm going to cut this at 3 this way. And then I'll score it at 1/2 inch all the way around. I don't mind that there's a sticker there because it's going to be on the back side. No one's going to see it. Oops. And I'll just cut the squares out. Journey always sends the most beautiful cards. Everybody does, but I just love to find her postcards because she sends stuff. She makes postcards with stuff sewn on them with strings hanging. And her post people will just take it. Or maybe she does like I do. And I have a postal scale that I got at the Goodwill clearance. And I'll just weigh it and I'll put on 1 stamp for every ounce it weighs. And then I'll just throw it in one of the mailing boxes. And I never get them back. They go ahead and mail them. Y'all receive them. We'll fold this up. Which I always find it funny that hers actually makes it in one piece. One time she sent those pretty little dresses on the postcards, and mine was missing maybe a little button or a sequin. But other than that, it was perfect. Scott probably didn't take his phone, his little personal phone. He has, that peels right off. He has a company phone that he'll be turning in, but I don't think he gave that number to his sister. So she has to call his little flip phone that we pay for ourselves. And that's why that was ringing. I'll have to send him a message. Gee, thanks, honey, for leaving your phone here. I think I'm going to use some E6000. This tube is getting kind of sad. Journey does amazing work. I've got some really pretty cards in here from a bunch of you guys. Since I've got the fan going, this won't stink quite as bad as it usually does. You know what I really hate about E6000 and Fabric Tack, for Fabric Tack is the worst, is it keeps oozing out the bottle, you know, as you're trying to use it. Like this is probably still oozing. I've had to use the pliers a couple times just to get in that tube of stuff. And I just love getting the postcards because the postcards don't cost much at all to get to us, to each other. And our art survives through the mail. Although I do love painty envelopes too, because you guys know how much I love to do painty envelopes. And Janet, I have not forgotten your little deck of cards. It's just I've been kind of not in a good place mentally. So I'm feeling so much better now. It's like a weight has been lifted. Yeah, the E6000's not quite as bad, but Fabric Tack is horrible. It just oozes. Here we go. And then it says all you need is love on top of it. I'll do a quick flip of this book. Sharon Marlowe sent this to me. And I reworked it just a little bit because she had some hole protector things in here that was messing it up. So I just took them out and used ribbon. And so now I got it all fixed up. And there's things in here. I got things tucked in here. This is from Lori Richards. I think that's a letter from her there. Of course, it could be a letter from somebody else. No, this is from Rose. That letter is from our Rose. Uh-oh. Lori, you went too far into the envelope here. So I've got a combination of people in the tuck-ins. Now this, how I handled this one, is I just mounted her envelope in there. This is from Beth. And then I just taped, she had that tape down there, so I just left it. And then I just slide it in. And let's see, what do we got here? This is from Christy. And then I've got a pocket up here that had this little card in it. And this is from Danny Coleman. And I just love her little bunny. She did that with one of my prompt games. Since this book is about to retire, I'm going to do this flip. I hope you guys don't mind. And this is a little note from Vicki Brown. Isn't that cool? Vicki does the most amazing doodling in, like, I think lately they've been doing black and white and khaki, or whatever you call that, black and white and brown. And Ann Laura, I believe, sent me the kitty cat. And I just used it. Yep. And that is from Dawn and Gracie. And all this stuff here. This is from Vicki D. And this is from Beth. And that was from Tanya McGuire. And that was from Jean. I haven't heard from Jean. She lost her daughter, and I haven't heard from her since. I just can't imagine that. I just can't. So that's from Kendra. Did you make this for me, Kendra? It's stuck in there so good. think you did. No, this is Esther. Esther sent that to me. And it was in one of those plastic bags. And I said, you know what? I can just put that in there. So if you guys get an ATC from me and I've put it in a little bag, just slice the Ziploc part off and adhere it. And then you can protect the ATC and still have it covered and accessible. That's a pretty tag. That was from Vicky D. It's just so much Happy Mail. This is cool. One of y'all sent that to me. It's got a magnet in it. And it just holds stuff on there. This was from Renee. That's Ray. Uh-oh. It's stuck together good. I can't get it apart. Okay. And then this was one of the postcards Kathy had sent me, and it looks like it got stuck in the machine. So it got tore a little bit. I tried to glue it back together, but isn't that pretty? I love it when you guys send me a postcard from one of my Dirty Dozen sessions. That's from Vicky D too. Isn't that pretty? It says, start doing things you love. And then it turn mistakes into beauty. So those are two messages for me. And these were just some cute little random bits that I thought fit really, really sweetly in there. These were from Ray. I think this is all from Ray, but I could be wrong. I try to put everybody's like stuff together. I just like how the little girl peeks out and she's got her ticket behind her. I think that's cute. These are fun to look back through. Look at that. This is from Kathy. She made this for me to put in a window and enjoy, but I put it in here to keep it safe. And then I've got things tucked in here. There's a note from Journey there. And this is one of my own postcards that I just kept because I loved how they turned out. I mailed some like this out. I think Mary got one of the kitty cats. I can't remember who else I sent. Oh, I got it on the back. It's even got I put the prompts that we use on the back, and I sent one to Sharon, Marlowe, Mary, and Journey. And this one's from Kathy Whitney as well. So what I did on some of these is I just adhered on two sides, and then I can just slide things in to hold them in there. Another message from Kathy. And this was on her envelope, and I had to keep it because he's so adorable. Look at that cat. And then this is the birthday card she sent me. This is a beautiful card. I love that it's different bits of pattern paper. It's from Kathy too. So a lot of these cards seem to be from Kathy and Mary. This one is from Sharon Lombard. I got a message here from Sharon too. Where's that? I could add that in here. That was another message from her. I didn't make that one a pocket though. I should have made it a pocket. I didn't make that one a pocket. Well, let's write on here. She says she got this for me, and I'm going to write on here. It was a sewing kitty cat stamp. And what I can do, that'll remind me, and that was August of 2020. I'll just put August because I don't know the exact date I got it. So I'll just keep the bottom portion of this for something else, and I can just tag this in here like that. We'll put some tape. We'll put tape on it. Let's see. That gold tape is pretty, but it is hard to get started. Look, this has got an orange owl on it. I'll just use this. Maybe I'll use this if I can get it started. Actually, there's space right here. Will it fit? If I trim it a little closer, it will. This way I have all these lovely notes from you guys in one place. And put the hootie owls there. There we go. That gets that cleared off my desk too. And see, when Kate at the Last Homely House also has a store, and I finally got a bar of her soap. She said this isn't going to be available anymore, but she sells note cards and little books about her cats and things. Shipping is high from over there, but of course shipping high, and that is high going in the opposite direction. Yes, ma'am, you have your own food. But when she packages something up, she puts a little personal note in it, and then she puts and makes these little bags. It's just brown paper that she has sewn into a bag, and she puts your stuff in there, and then she just folds it over and puts a clip on it, or a little piece of tape. I can't remember which it was. I think there was a little clip, and then it says "Love Kate" on it. And I just thought that is just the cutest thing. This had my Pateron that she made a kit up for it. It's a little window thing that I have in the kitchen. So I wanted to keep this little bag. I'll slide that in here. Maybe I can put her note inside somehow. The problem's going to be is everything's upside down. I might just slide it in just like that, as a tuck in. So anyway, back to this here. This is a note for Nancy. That was from Elise. Has anybody seen Elise lately? She's in Canada, right? Haven't seen Elise in here in a long time. It's a thank you from Lisa E. Barb Filion. And boy, this is a note from 2018. That was from Tanya. She sent me a postcard. And I put it with the pink side up so it would match this letter. I think this was a letter from... This is from Deb from the Flocker Friends. She wrote me a big old long letter. I decided to keep it. And then this is from Lisa E., the little baddie Halloween thing. And then we just did this page. This was from Mary. She did me a zine. And this B came from one of y'all. Violet. Violet, did you send me the B? I think she did. That was from Lynn. Lynn Yvonne 2. Oh. Lisa Conway sent that. That one was from Barb Filion. It's probably my sister-in-law again. There's the one. It was a pearl came off. Journey said, there's a pearl missing. I was like, it's okay. It's still gorgeous. Isn't it nice to have all the Happy Mail in a journal where you can look back at it, be inspired by it, see color combinations you might never have thought to use? I mean, you could pull something out and decide to do a project in those colors just in memory of that Happy Mail if you wanted to. That's from Esther. Postcard from Tanya. Anne. Might have to go get something to drink. And a note from Deborah Adams. And then these were all her little ATCs, Artist Trading Coins and Cards. This is from Mary. She sent me a cluster. This was a little girl that y'all, we made these together that time. Those were fun. I really enjoyed making them. She's a little bit taller than my little pudgy girls. That's from Mary and Mary. Oh, I've got a blank page. This was from Sana. She sent me some goodies one time. She has an Etsy shop. And these are some artist trading cards. And see, these were Ziploc bags, which I could have cut the Ziploc part off and stuck them down and used them as pockets. But I just stapled them on there because I can flip them up. And these were from Kathy. And this one got so broken. Her broom handle broke off and the top of it broke off. And this is from Lisa E. This is a Valen poodle from Esther. Some of these I came across and they needed a home. So they aren't from 2020, but they still needed somewhere to live. So I can't read it upside down. Colleen sent that. This has got stuff in it, and then I made it so that it's like a belly band, and there's things slipped in there. Postcards, that's from Sharon Marlowe. Teresa, little notes. I love those cats. That's from Esther. So I was saying I really love getting the postcards when y'all have made them with me. That's really something extra special. And this is from Sharon Marlowe. So let's see. I'm just going to slide Kate's bag and her note in here like that. So that is that. Save the blank page for Janet. Okay, Janet, I will. All right, so I saw something on Pinterest that I wanted to try with you guys. And we'll see if we can make it work. I've got my scraps right here. And I just watched the video in the small version on Pinterest. You know, when you click on something, it'll just start playing. And so I watched this like 4 times. I think I've got it figured out, but I could be wrong. So we'll see if this works or not. You need a square of paper. Just a square of any paper. So this needs to be squared up. Bernadette, quit pouting. I'll take you in a little bit. Let's see if I can remember how to do it. So if we do like can I do a 6-inch square? Yeah, let's do a 6-inch square out of this scrap. Okay. Might have to, that doesn't look square, does it? It's not. So I'll just come back to 5 7/8 and square it up in 2 directions here. So it's a little smaller than 6 inches, but whatever size square you wanted to do. Now, let me think how they did this. They seem to fold in just a little bit on one side. So I was going to maybe score it at 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/8. That looks more like what they did. And they folded it over. I might have to pull this up on the stupid phone again and see if I can see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I hope I saved it. What would I have put it in? Good gift ideas. Put it. Where am I getting these words? I'm making up words as I go along. Where is it? I just put it in there this morning. It's probably all the way at the bottom. There's things in my little gift ideas that I don't remember putting them in there. I must have added those when I was sleeping. I want to make some of those right there. The little boho felt hearts. I want to do some of those. You make like a beaded chain to come down to them, but then it's just a little heart that's loaded up with stitches and little felt circles that's been stitched on with a blanket stitch, and then there's layers of beads and little things on it. I just think those would be so much fun to make. Oh, don't tell me it's gone. Boards. I want boards. Where's my boards? Gift ideas. There it is. Add a note. It keeps your plans on top. Okay. Ah. Okay. Got it. All right. We might see here. All right. I don't know if this will work. This paper is pretty thick, and I'm not sure what to fold it at. But what they did is they fold that little bit down on your square, then fold one side in, maybe a little bit farther. So a little over halfway. And then you fold this over in there. And once you get that folded down, you're going to lift this here and slide that underneath it. All right. So the first half you fold it over. This half you're going to fold over, but you need to tuck it in underneath that one. Does that make sense? So it's like underneath the longer flap. Then what you do is you fold it up from the bottom. I hope I'm doing this right. This is really too fat. So fold it so it'll go up under that. And you tuck what you're folding up in. This paper's too thick. I just ripped it. Let me find another piece of paper. So don't use thick cardstock. But once you get it folded up, this pops open and you got a little pouch that you can put goodies in. Isn't that cute? Let's get another piece. This is heavy. This is not quite as heavy. So 6 inches by 6 inches. All right, 6 by 6. I think I will score it. So we'll score about 3/8 of an inch down here. I think let's see, it needs to fold back this way because that's got to be on the outside. Then I'm going to open that back up, and a little over 6 would be like at 3 1/4. I'm just going to, no, that's not right, Becky. Let's think about this. because you're going to come over that far. So half of that, let's just score at 2 1/4. So this gets folded back. So the white's on the outside. Then fold this over like that. And then I'm gonna score this just along the edge of that. So this will then fold over there, but you lift this piece of paper and tuck that one underneath it. That just doesn't look like I folded straight at all. And then you bring this part up and tuck it under the paper. You must need to use really thin paper, because even this is wanting to be too. They make it look really easy in the pen. It says just tuck it in and then pop it open. They lied. Come on. I thought, oh, that'd be a cute little thing to share. Why won't you go in there? Y'all are probably going, what? Oh, bye, Cheryl. What time is it? 4:30. I was going to go off at 5. Oh, man. Well, it tore. Razzle dazzle. They make it look really easy in the picture. And I tore it again. So it's supposed to make these cute little things like that. I think there's some more scoring needs to happen that they're not sharing. Come on, folks. Sharing is caring. Because, see, it looks like you would need to score at an angle to get those triangle shapes. So that this is supposed to lay flat. I think my paper's just too thick. So anyway, that's a way to make a little cute thing. Well, there's that one. Kind of looking like it's supposed to look. See, even I have to figure this stuff out, man. I just think that'd be cute to put, if you did it with Halloween paper. Wouldn't it be fun to do with Halloween paper? Oh, I got it, Becky. Old envelope. Old envelope. Yes, Julie, it's my sister-in-law. Well, this actually works pretty good, except for the tearing at the top. It needs to be something. Yours is square. You pinch the opposite sides together. And you have to really work it to get it to go into this kind of I guess you'd call it a triangular teepee shape. But how cute would this be for like a birthday party? If you made them a little bit larger, you could put the little things the kids would take home with them, like a little treat for the kids that came to the party. A couple pieces of candy or, something like that. Those would be cute little favors. Favors, that's the word. I think they'd be cute favors. What else do I have in here? Look at these little owls. Can you see the little owls? Aren't they cute? I could turn the light down on this. Adele, I'll deal with you in a little bit. There they are, bigger. They're so stinking cute, and it looks like it's just fabric. I could do that. It's just their eyes are made with circles of fabric, of felt, and then they have like a little nose. I could almost draw this pattern out looking at the picture. And they're flat. They're just so if you drew out one pattern piece, and they look like they're just like little blobby things. Like this. So you would cut two of these out, and I would probably put like a 1/4 inch, just kind of sketchy, make it just a little bit bigger. And then they have 2 round eyes. And then little or smaller ones like this. And then their little nose is shaped to come around their eyes like that a little bit. And then they just come down. And that's all they are. I could do those. You need to pinch it. Make it cry, Mary. You pinch them together, and then you have to kind of work it with your hand, and it makes these cute little jibber jobbers. Let's see what else is in here for gift giving. Making candles in tiny flower pots. That looks like fun. Scott says he just doesn't understand Pinterest. He said you get in there and half of them tell you error 404. Hi, Suze. How are you? We've just been goofing off for a couple hour and a half here. I'm going to sign off at 5 o'clock and take a break so I can get something to eat. I still cannot believe it's Friday. When Mary said, I'll be on tonight, I was like, it's Thursday. Why would she be on tonight? She's never on Thursday night. And I looked up at the computer and I said, oh, it's Friday. How did it get to be Friday? I've been looking for interesting pincushions because Gina has been making pincushions during her lives. And I found her. She said she was looking for a mushroom. So I went searching and I found a mushroom. But then I went on this rabbit hole of pincushions and sewing projects. I've got to show you guys this little mouse. Look at that. Isn't that the cutest darn thing you've ever seen in your life? Look at those ears. That just is so stinking cute. There we go. We won't get quite the blinds. And I tried to open it on my phone and print the pattern off, but it wouldn't work on my phone. So I got to open that on the computer in a little bit. Of course, there's the pin cushions that you make atop your canning jars. I've done that before. And I have some sweet little wooden spools that I want to do a couple of those pin cushions. I know, Mary. I don't know. I don't know. Before you know, um, it'll be Christmas, you guys. I mean, it's September in just a few days. Um, Gina streams midday. Um, I think Janet, what day was her hedgehog? Because that's the day that she's been trying to aim for. Was that Wednesday or Thursday? I don't remember. There's a link to her last video where she did the little hedgehogs with her folks. And she said she'd do the mushroom next week. Okay, Linda, I've got to get to making something for myself too, so that I can have it cooked and then be ready for Mary, because Mary will be on in a few hours. She used to stream on Wednesdays. Yes, she did watercolor Wednesdays. I miss those. Gina, if you're listening, we miss your watercoloring time. But she's been doing hand sewing stuff, but she said that if everybody gets tired of the hand sewing, she would go back to doing, some art stuff too. I don't know about Jean. I can't speak for her, but I've felt a real need and draw to get back to sewing and crocheting and quilting and that kind of thing. I'm going to start back to doing Wednesdays now that we have a direction and a path that we're going to need to head. So I'm not feeling like I'm flailing and have that feeling like something was about to happen. Okay, Kathy says she does Tuesdays now. Bye, Linda. There's a pattern. This is my sewing board. If you go to my Pinterest, it's Becky Carr McCauley, I think. There's a board on my things I've saved that I've labeled sewing. There's a Japanese knot bag pattern in 3 different sizes. I want to do that too. Oh, I love that idea. How about an ouch pouch for Christmas for everybody to throw in their purse? I would imagine it would have like triple antibiotic and Band-Aids and maybe some alcohol wipes. You'd like to see the sewing? Okay, cool. Yeah, I know it is, Chris. I love your dolls. Oh, Journey, I'm sorry. This is kind of an impromptu type thing. I just wanted to get back into the swing of it. Hi, Kathy D. All right, for anybody that's just showing up, I'm going to be, because Scott's job is ending in October and we're going to be moving back to our house, I'm going to start going through our storage unit because I'd like to get everything either purged or moved back to the house before September 18th so that I do not have to pay for another month's storage unit. So that's the plan. And so what I'm doing is I'm going to go to the storage unit and I'm going to get stuff. And I've ordered some medium-sized flat rate boxes. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shove stuff into medium flat rate boxes. And for anybody in the United States that would like a mystery box, they can let me know. And it would be $25, postage paid. That would include the postage for the $25. And you would just get a random box of craft stuff for the $25. But you would have to email me. And I've got a list of names, but I would need to know how to, we'll work that out later. What I might do is create an email for everybody that's interested in getting something, or if I don't see you say you would like to get a mystery box in this chat, email me if you feel like I did not see you. I've got 13 names right now. So that's the plan, is I'm going to just try to purge. And Scott says he's going to purge some of his stuff too, just so we can start fresh. I love that little like American Red Cross ouch bags. That would be good for kids to have in their book bag too. But I really love this Japanese knot bag, because you just slide one handle inside the other, and then that way your bag is closed, and you don't have to worry about things falling out. I could take PayPal, or you could mail me a check, I guess, but it's USA only. Journey. But I can get with you guys with the PayPal. Yes, PayPal. That's the way I was going to go, is with the PayPal. Mina? All right, we'll see what I come up with. I don't know if I want to just put that out there, Mary. That's why I'm thinking I might private message you guys. And I will get back with the ones I have on this list when I have the boxes ready to go, so that I'm not tying y'all's funds up. Is that okay? Okay. All right. Well, it's 4:51, and I'm getting a sore throat from running my mouth so much, because I haven't had anybody to talk to in a very long time. Deborah, I don't know if you saw or not, but we'll be moving back down there to the Columbia area. We'll be back at our house in Casey. So we'll have to get together sometime. So for anybody that missed all the fun, we made, I guess I should put everything up like Mary does. So Becky drew a pattern for a quick owl she just saw on Pinterest that I've got to try now. So I'll probably go do that. And then we made these that you need to use thinner paper. This is just a Pinterest, one of those little where you see the video start. And I said, oh, I've got to know how to do those. So now I know how to do them. But I really and truly think there is some scoring involved that they didn't share in the video. I showed y'all how to do a fabric basket pattern, which that is for not this one, but for the square ones, for these little guys here. But I actually made one to make even smaller basket. And then I showed how I'm putting together these fabric pattern weights. So I've got to hand stitch that one. So I'll probably work on those this evening. I think it would be neat to stick a seam ripper down in that pocket. That would be perfect. What else did we do? Oh, I showed you these here. When I go to the storage unit, I'll get 3 more balls of this stuff. Sharon, Lombard too? Okay. Might have to request some more boxes. Okay. That sounds great. I'm going to work on the owl, and if he turns out really cute, what I could do is when I come up with a really good pattern, I will draw it up on a piece of paper, and maybe I could scan it and put it in Fibsville, and you guys could print it off, and maybe next week we could make owls together. Yeah, I think there's something to do with the scoring, Mary, and Where is the little devil? I think it has to do with finding out where the center point is here. So you got to figure out that center point. I might play with this so I can figure out where the score lines need to be, because they would have to be at an angle to this center. I think that would help a lot for that to come together. Okay, so we'll do owls next week. So I'll start playing with working that pattern out. And don't forget, I'm going to be part of Mary's next. Mary, what's it called again? It's a art hop, but we're doing products we love. I think it's products we love to use is the theme of the next art hop on September 11th in the evening. The organizing hop was fabulous. And Kathy, I'm glad you mentioned that, because they were doing that hop and I remembered something I got at the thrift store. I don't know if I got room to do this. This box is for essential oils, and I think I only paid a couple dollars for it. It's got a feather stuck to it now. But guess what fits in here? The little glitters, and I can keep them upside down so the glitter stuff is always at the tip. Isn't that cool? They fit perfect. A lot of these are almost empty. I need to find a project to just use up old glittery things. But isn't that cool that they fit in this essential oils box? So watch your thrift stores for storage options. You know, think outside the box. It doesn't have to say, I hold glitter to be useful. So that was an extra bonus tip from Becky today. Well, you guys, I've had an absolute blast. I'm glad to be back with you guys. I'm still going to try to do separate sewing and crocheting videos, but I need to be very careful about not taking on too much. So I'm going to join the hop with Mary. I've already let her know I might not be able to do October, because we'll be right in the move back to our house. So I might step out in October and then jump back in November, if that's okay with Mary. Our focus is going to be, when we get down to the house, is to work steady on it in case Scott gets a job out of state. We want to be prepared to just put the for sale sign out. I do not want to travel between two cities again. So we'll see. Or we have other plans, but I think he and I will do a video to share with you guys. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for joining in today. And I will get back to anybody interested in the mystery boxes. And y'all take care, and I will see you at Mary's later. Bye, guys.